Funny thing, there are many, fast food places where they actually have pequeños. And I was like, wow.
Like the McDonald's?
No, the other one.
What is up, Cultura Shock fam? It is your host, AK, and today we have a very special guest and friend of the show, Dulce Q. Bienvenida.
Thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias por la bienvenida.
Dulce, I'm very excited to talk to you because your music has been described as a tear and a smile at the same time. How would you describe your music?
Well, I would describe my music as I many times say, as a lake, and it blends whatever is like happiness or whatever has something that's really hard to talk about. So I think I use my music to express those situations that are harsh. So I guess that it's a beautiful tool to connect and to communicate this.
See, that explanation alone was very poetic. So
thank you.
So you are Venezuelan as well. Do you feel like you include any of that culture into your music, and how so?
It's definitely all that I am, and my roots are in the music that we make, because in the rhythms, you can actually feel it, and it's a rhythm that unites like many Venezuelans, and it's a beautiful thing. Me he encontrado like along the way sharing the music. They all say, oh, there's something about it that moves me, and I guess the inspiration was that I did the song with a cuatro, with a broken cuatro, and which is a Venezuelan instrument, and I guess, yeah, that sums it all.
Wow, okay. So let's talk about this song too that we're talking about. You kind of hinted at Cadera Rota. What is it about?
Cadera Rota is a song about a real story. It was really hard. In the morning, we woke up to a really bad news, and it was that the Ukrainian War just exploded. And then many of the stories were like really sad, but there was this one that really broke me, and I just didn't know how to process it other than just sit down and write a song. And nobody was gonna hear it. I didn't write it for people to hear it. I was just, okay, let me process this, and it was really hard,
This recounts the story of a mother and a newborn who lost their lives at the hospital through a bombing in Ukraine.
Yes, yeah, the hospital was bombarded, and it was so unfair, because in the wars, you're like, oh, people want to go to war, like governments. Not, I don't think people want to go to war. That's not what I believe. Pero it felt so unfair, muy injusto, porque what did they have to do with it? Like nothing at all. So that's the reason why I wanted to give them a voice so that they could, say, no, this is not for me and you, en la parte que dice, esta guerra de ti, de mí nunca será.
Dulce, I'm kind of very curious too, because when I visited Barcelona last summer, I noticed that like political conversations were part of like dinner. Like it was normal for people, and it wasn't like it's my idea versus yours. It's like, let's just debate. A healthy debate,
exactly,
right? Whereas here in the United States, I feel like it gets very heated, and it's all about the opposites and what side you choose, right? So being that I feel like you guys are more expressive in that way, you are in Spain, and you are closer in proximity to Ukraine. How does that war affect you in Spain?
That was immediately felt. The war, we felt it like really fast, because it has to do with the food that's coming from there. It has to do with the energy that it's used in Europe. It's about transportation, and I don't know, to give you an example, I ordered a guitar, and I was crazy, me estaba volviendo loca, porque yo decía, ¿cuándo va a llegar? Y se alargó el tiempo en el que tenía que llegar mi guitarra. So, ahí, por ejemplo, nos podemos dar cuenta de lo rápido que golpeó. Pero una de las cosas bonitas que tiene Spain is that we can be together even if we have, you know, differences. Y eso nos encanta. A mí y a mi familia de España nos fascina porque es un lugar que sana, it's like healing. So I guess that many people feel that and that it's beautiful.
Do you feel like you found community out there? Are there a lot of Venezuelans in Madrid, in Spain?
Yo emigré to Spain when I was like 13, right? And there were not many Venezuelans. Like, it was weird. It was weird to see a Venezuelan in the streets. And I think the first time that I saw like many Venezuelans outside Venezuela was Miami. And I was like, oh, what is this sound? What is this sound? Like the sound of the accent was, you know, really appealing to me. But when I came back to Madrid, it's beautiful. I can hear it everywhere, and you have the food, and you have music, and it's pretty cool. It's really lovely, and you feel at home.
Speaking on that, when I was there, I would see like an arepita puesto here, arepitas there, and I was like, wow, like they actually have arepitas like on every street, it seems like. So you can find your food over there.
Exactly. Now we can find our food, and funny thing, there are many, you know, fast food places where they actually have pequeños. And I was like, wow.
Like the McDonald's?
No, the other one.
Which other one?
Burger King.
Oh,
It was
wow.
they have pequeños, and you know, it's like really, wow. I wouldn't think this was gonna happen, like, ever.
Pequeños at a Burger King in Madrid. There you go. To all my fellow Venezuelans that love to watch our show.